All right, peace and blessings, everybody. It's September the 24th, the year 2017. My wife and I are just about to step outside and go to church this morning. But Liz sent me a 2-page letter that Schaeffer wrote. I have not read it. Let's read it together. I wanted to get it out on YouTube while I had a little bit of time before we got in the car to go to church. September the 20th, 2017. Dear Tink, 8:47 a.m. I just got off the phone with you. I want to write you a letter, but before I do, I think I'll just walk some laps and let the good feelings soak in. I'm starved for the sound of a kind voice, and you fed me this morning. So now I walk, 9:28 a.m. Okay, I'm back from that now, so I'd been ticking off the days to your call. I usually never make calls in the morning, and I didn't want to forget or something, so I wrote Liz call 8:30 a.m. Inside my Lipton tea bag and put it in my teacup last night, which turned out to be silly since calling you was on my mind all night. There's no way I could forget. I got up at 6:30, brushed my teeth, and peeked out my cell to nod good morning to all the Al-Qaeda bombers who's my next door neighbor. Then I put my teacup in the microwave at the end of the range for 3 o'clock and brought it to boil before plunking your tea bag into the sizzling water. The lightweight mesh floated on the top for a moment like a sopapilla thrown into hot oil. Then the hot water soaked up through the black tea and pulled the bag down into the hot, clear water where silky ribbons of amber brown twisted around and curled around the cup. They reminded me of the smoke from my favorite hunting cabin's chimney on a cool, still September mountain morning. Once the teacup had settled into a uniform reddish cooler, I poured some powdered creamer on the surface of the tea. It formed a floating landmass for a moment, then was slowly eroded from the edges inward, like a melting Antarctica, or a sandcastle in the rising tide. I thought for a while about how big things are small, and small things are big, and how, whether it's a lump of a creamer in a teacup, a 10-foot tall castle on the beach, or the ice cup on the 7th continent or the ice cap on the 7th continent at the bottom of the world, it all melts away. When the feds captured me like slave traders and sent me into this nightmare, my hopes for the future melted away like powder in a teacup. Then over the years of isolation and memory of the happy past melted away like a sandcastle reduced to only a slightly out-of-place lump. And so now I wonder, will the imprint of this place on my mind and soul melt like the creamer in a teacup? Or will it melt away like a polar ice cap? If we win on rehearing, spring will have come in the dead of winter, and unexpectedly, in 1 hour, then we will see what stays and what melts away. I shake myself out of my thoughts and take my first sip of tea, then set the cup down. It's too hot. The burn of the larger sip would ruin the rest of the cup. When the steam rises to the rim of the cup but can't climb over it, the tea is the right temperature. I wait. I grab my scratchy, folded green wool army blanket and go out in the open air rec cage to do yoga. I cycle through the poses, counting my breaths and ticking off the minutes until 8:30 a.m. when I will hear a voice from the world. I left so long ago. Something still has not melted. Schaeffer Cox.